My name is John Dua. I'm the investment associate at Genghis Capital Asset Managers. A unit fund or a money market fund is a form of mutual fund or collective investment scheme where investors pool in their capital to be invested in a category of liquid assets. In a unit trust fund, we have various participants. I'll begin with the fund manager. The fund manager is in charge of investing the client funds. For example, Genghis Capital is a licensed fund manager under Capital Markets Authority. For the investor, they are the guys who put in the money. It can be an individual, it can be a chama, it can also be institutional investors. We also have the custodian, which is a bank mostly, where the client places the money. And the role of the custodian is for safekeeping of investor funds and also sending reports of to where the fund managers invest in the funds. For the trustee, they are in charge of monitoring the fund managers' activities as per the fund objectives, and it's usually mostly also a bank. For the CMA, which is the Capital Markets Authority, oversees all licensed fund managers in the market, and they're in charge of making sure that all fund managers adhere to the regulations, which is under the Capital Markets Act. So for money market fund, investors who put money in a money market fund require high returns and also require high liquidity. So the advantage of putting money in a money market fund is the superior returns you get as opposed to putting in a bank, and also the high liquidity when you want to withdraw the funds. So as an example, at Genghis Capital, our Hela Imara fund, you can withdraw money within 2 days. So that brings high liquidity. And in terms of the rate of return, as per the past month, we gave a rate of return of about 9%, which is higher than the normal deposit rates you get from a bank. So we have two types of interest in investing. We have simple interest and compounding interest. For simple interest, is where you put money and get a rate of return on the principal amount. However, the interest itself does not earn interest. For compounding interest, we have the principal also gaining interest and also the interest gaining interest. So it's a double compounding. It has a compounding effect on the rate of return. So when you compare the two, you'll find that compound interest yields more return than simple interest. Gencap Hela Imara Money Market Fund is a money market fund licensed under the Capital Markets Authority and has been since operation in June 2017. The fund manager of the fund is Genghis Asset Managers, and we run the fund as a high liquid and also high returning money market fund. So a daily yield is what you get on a particular day. So for example, let's say today on 1st of March, you get a rate of, let's say for example, 8%. That's the rate you get for that particular day. However, the annual rate of return is an assumption of a rate that you get when you hold the particular money market fund up until the end of the year. So investing in a Gencap Hela Imara fund, there are various ways. So the first way is we have an app called the Genghis app. So once you log in into the app and key in your details, the operations team here at Genghis will verify whether you have all the details in accordance to the KYC regulations. And then once that is done, you can now invest. The other way is going through the USSD route, which is *671#. This is for Safaricom subscribers, and follow the same process of inputting your KYC documents. And once it's verified, you can also invest. The other process is being a walk-in client. You can come to our offices here at Pushotam Towers in Westlands Road. You can fill in the forms here and also give in your KYC documents, and you can invest. So also funding and withdrawing funds is through the same ways. So if you are an investor through the Genghis app, you can also use the app to withdraw or invest your funds. So when you're going to invest your funds, you'll get a pop-up for M-Pesa, and you can invest your funds. The other way is the USSD route, where it's *671#. When you're going to the option of investing the funds, an M-Pesa pop-up will come, and you can invest the amount of money you want. The other way is through direct bank deposit. So you can just directly deposit the funds directly into the custodial account. So operating a Gencap Hela Imara money market fund, there are two types of charges. The first one is the management fees, which is paid to the fund manager. It's 2% of your investment amount. The other fee is a 15% withholding tax paid to the government. This is only on the interest amount. For the withholding tax, we will withhold it from the interest you get, so you don't have to file the taxes once you get your interest back. Yes, so we have separate accounts, separate forms for joint account and also one for a minor. So if you want to open for a joint account or a minor, you have to fill separate forms. However, the process is still the same. To invest in the Gencap Hela Imara Fund, you can invest using the Jukuze app available on the Google Play Store and Apple Store.